of different identities. PODICAST with PODICAST.
Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another edition of the PODICAST right here at Molapo Crossing. I'm your host, SCAR. And as you can see, man, we are in the beautiful La Parada. Yeah, La Parada is in Gap City, man. And you can only find it here at Molapo Crossing, where we come at you every single Wednesday right now at 3 p.m. Remember, like we always tell you, Molapo Crossing is the hub of creativity right here in Gaborone. It's in the heart of Gap City. If you want to have a small show, they have a theater. If you want to have listening sessions, you want to have poetry nights, you want to do something small, like a press conference, they have all of that. It's got an audio system as well. They've got everything that side. But if you want to do like a bigger event, you can always use the big piazza as well. And it has a screen on the stage. They have sound as well. Guys, this is an all-stop shop for everything creative in BW. And yeah, man, that's why the PODICAST comes at you every single Wednesday right from here. And like I said, we're in the beautiful La Parada. Ko Josie ko majitaba isambana thing for makwalo. So La Parada has like an extensive menu, guys. So we'll keep breaking it down for you each time we come through here. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about it because we have 2 in 1 today. It's 2 guests, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, guys. I've been looking forward to talking to these guys for a very long time. I actually ran into them. So I get one of my late bang overtake. What the hell? Man. Yo, without further ado, guys, welcome to the show, Ron and Ray Kehomudizo, aka Ron the Artist, and Rayman, aka Ntonka. Which one is which?
Even Google can tell.
You know what? Like, Kunzgeredi's a Solomon when he's testing the mics. You know what I mean? But it's always so difficult because I remember one time, I don't know if I thought you were him, but you are Karma. You're the energy. That's the only way that I can tell the difference sometimes. But when he's at work, you know, he's calmer. So one flash, like it's our boy. But yo, first of all, thank you so much for joining us, guys. It's Ron this side, it's Ray this side. Hey, so
the beauty and the ugly.
so who usually gets who in trouble?
I think I used to get him in trouble more.
Yeah.
Cause na tell kana go nna le tshini ke mathata big Caesar. Na ke motsenya mathata mo eleng gore ha ke dirile molato my mom o toba mo punisha le.
Oh yeah, snap dog.
So he always got a beating for no reason.
But how when re change gona le nako tsele gore di khona o paramela ka kwa.
Because I realize people think like Ron is just this chill guy who's making these nice paintings. I got to hang out with Ron, really cool Loretta.
Go Loretta.
At the art lab, I'm like, why? They're the same guy. These guys are the same guy. But it's always really interesting to see the difference in the behavior. But you guys did grow up together because you are twins. I mean, you know, what was Ray like? Let me ask you. What do you think Ray was like when you guys were growing up? And then I'll ask you the same question. I want to I just want to hear from you. When you were growing up, what type of guy was Ray? And then Ray, you tell me how wrong.
Ray na ha re gola hela tota ne le ngwana o matepe ke gala sa ko ya ko lwapeng wa bona. So tota ne le ngwana o matepe fragile blind. Ha ngwe di o tsa di dirantse ha di reflect nitu a go ngwana bo fragile. Ha o rata o khona go rumola wa bona kana o khona go dira seng mo ena hela ha o riana wa wa bona.
I can believe that. A lot of the guys by comedy are very sensitive with their emotions like that, dog. So I can believe that. What kind of guy is Ron, Papa?
Ron. Hey, ke go ditse monno ka tshokolo. Ke sala kwa leko.
Yeah, man. But you guys did like at least you guys never more like we see a lot of twins like Rua Bap, Botswana. I got like these two nieces. My cousin had like twins. I think the twins and it's really really confusing sometimes to tell who's who. You know what I mean? But when you guys were growing up, because you guys look so alike, but Ron is a bit chubby.
Yeah. My mother used to feed him 2 times, thinking she fed both of us.
So you guys were. I mean, I'm gonna end with these questions. So that's when you were growing up.
Yeah.
Were you guys dressing alike?
Yeah.
What type of environment was it, and where were you guys growing up?
Tota re godile hela rothe tota re tsholetse go Silibe Peak.
Okay.
That's our hometown. So let's go le re tsena gona go Peak le go Sefophe. And then most of the times tota lower level ya go schoolong we were always together.
Okay.
So senne se re khaoganya hala ne le di classroom. And at some point I had to repeat because he was ahead of me.
Oh shit.
So I think go khaoganeng ga rona re sa tsamaye rothe go school ne le gore ena ke re na claim gore na ke kwatase wa bona.
That must have been traumatizing though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't for me. Thought it was a blessing in disguise because ebe ke simolla go bona life ka angle e nngwe. Na I want to tell you this for free. If it wasn't for go repeat I wouldn't be where I am right now.
It gave you perspective different.
Different blind hala le nna la go gola ke itse gore ke mogolwane mo baneng wa bona. That's why bana nkare ke responsible nyana gona le re.
No doubt. So when ya ngora gore wena o va le batho ba le gore ba mo standards go godimo, how did that make you relate with your brother now? Because you have one up on him. You know what I mean? How did that work into relationship alone?
Kana Ronnie like question this guy I take him as my father. I even once called my mom so and he always had my back.
Definitely.
And then
no, that's dope.
Definitely.
No, hey, like, if you got backup, dog, use it. Hey, I want to use the backup.
Hey, so from like most of the time, yeah. So we went to the same girl. No running nana le batho ba banyenyane like he's always saying wa bana di Brazil
this is all in Pique.
All in Pique and Sefophe.
Definitely. So I'm trying to figure out though, what were you guys ambitions, because you do, it's still art. When did you guys realize, okay, this is what I like, and because I read somewhere that you guys started drawing together. So how did you guys realize that you had talents for different things?
Tota hela ha re gola re simolla re bala bo standard 1. Ha ra sgela Reynele Ronald. Like maina Ronald le Raymond Jara hilwe ra boleletswe a day before ra go school. Lolo yo montelo lolo.
I mean, you see how parents will cheat but there was something show how
so hela go sgela da tota Reynele motho na rata o tshwantshanyana na nexarata. So one day I took one of his drawing pretended that it was done by me until the classmate did so I had to prove myself, and to my own surprise I did something saying it was much better than his. But roots di mango and happy because they're the twins, but to attention ne bare ha go to tribunal ko re direle bo matanyana bua sengwanyana se se kgathangwa bana. I think go re kanya ga go ya comedy jule go no ho wa bona.
Definitely.
But hela nna go tsweng kota sa apart from being an artist I always wanted to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But kanya a to be ithala le gore you know the calling was too high. I was always the artist of the class.
Yeah.
Because girl I was always accused of those drawings it's a go di trailer thing.
Yeah.
Wa di bona
Yeah.
le banyana ba bante mo classing ke nna ne ke le blind mo di diagram.
Oh, no doubt.
Di tsa khopetse ke ne ke itse go di label because a tshwara.
We recently got to get in the felt pen nyana go nna go ntanyana.
Tota hela I was that guy mo classing hela so I think lorato la mela a tele dule go no and gape go mo gongwe gape I think for nna o no ithala le go rang go tla le ne ke feel gore ne re sa hui attention e kalo wa bona a ke rang bana ba bangwe to go tela tao apele pina se chaba kana tao recite poem mongwe something yana like that wa bona nna ne go sena di moment tseo thata so go se gela ne re ha bua di joke kana ha ke draw ke gona leng gore ra kgobokanelwa teng wa ba so that's why we ended up pursuing series dirang gampie.
That's crazy, dog. So I saw on the Johnny Pula and Six show when you were talking about growing up with other siblings with that thing. Situation mo that means yang gore bilore you guys end up being standouts like that. Who was in the house? How did you guys grow up?
My mother was always gore re godiswa ke mama wa bana o re godiswa
na bereka gone go phikwe
go bophelo le ikara
go bophelo le ikara already ene ke haslara tota wa bana ke motho e leng gore o active hela wa
so you were raised by your single mom?
My single mom.
Yeah.
My father nale kong hela but ibile one thing I like about my mother, she never taught us to hate our father.
Yeah.
No, regardless of the fact that mama mulolo ise no re le rona ha di kole di tswala le chaka time a lona ra le tsana kwa le tota mosadi o le ke mmalona eng wa ba like my mom taught us gratitude because we always ate everything that we found on the table.
Yeah.
Wa ba
Yeah.
so go ga teng hela like why it's rona go retsene crash but my mom never paid for that crash. Straight like he will make that effort gore normally at least by crash 3 months aba shapa ka ditupe ba tata go sandriwa madi go teng gote tilele be re tsana mosgela sele e be re dula after about 3 months aba marna re setse re sedile di basic halele so my mom was a superstar kana motho nna le teng and then also my grandmother and my grandfather
definitely
because kana re tsa gonna le my grandfather re setse re bala bo 4 already a risa go ena ka kwa.
Another thing I think how botsa ka ona khanya ya household ja ke gore re godile yang tota ne re gola le di cousin tsa rona
bo
side Josie yana re godile
go side is your cousin
ke cousin na rona ke ngwana mmangwana hela
no doubt
bo kulichana bo cheese baba wa bana so ne na kwa tengwe le di nice a ge sharp go tlatleng go face one wa bona until ela re tare huduga ra gonna go lapeng go face one but we were always with our cousins. That's why how bona even the level of talent and elente mo family nga se rona la gona le ba bang
because I'm thinking gore Phikwe what is it about Phikwe? Is it the smoke? Because like is or na malaita ke bafana ba Phikwe drag I mean O'Neal some of the most amazing talent, even talent for things they long or conventional rap, music, comedy, art. What is it about Phikwe that made it special?
O bona go Phikwe maloba nne ke ra mongwe ke bona pene ne pono no ale ko o ga go UK
isa buya
o bona growing up in Phikwe wa itse hela gore if you are not good in terms of academics your only way out it's either sport art athletics wa bona you just have to be good mo sengweng and you have to make sure wa bona bo smart ne ro banela di pampiri exam o tshwara gote ha o nela bo ibile le bo gatemang se gola me boy those guys bo drake yana o mara o re bitiki o ira mathata
Le bishop
Bishop Maroon.
bo
Yeah.
phologolo yana bana so
Yeah.
you just have to make sure gore sengwe le sengwe so se dirang o se dira at the highest level.
But do you realize that it's different than other towns?
Yeah.
Gone gore a lot of it ningarwa
Kore
ngarwa rotloediwa da.
kore bana ba phiko ba na le spirit se sengwana ba dumela mo go bone straight when they believe in themselves kore ke te ke rema jita ke ba ra ke re malaita kana ha kwa rotswa phiko bo ya konte o bo sa abstent wa bana if you go out like in nahela le ko bojane ile ke tsana bojane batona ba ngwana ba itaba re ke motho a jane wa bana because ke tsene ka di energy tse le tsa phikwe gapo gore like o bana le go gola re ntse re gona le bo drek yana bo O'Neil we stayed in the same street le O'Neil da go dile le di brats a rona so like go phiko gona le spirit nyana se sengwe se go teng gaps so thata wa bana mo ga gore gaps so thata le ska ya ko le ska I think that's the thing se re dileng go ta gaps na le rona wa bana but bana ba phikwe all of them bona bo lose cat
Bolus cat. There's so many people that come through from Pique by
Bo Supu.
Yeah,
Bo Supu. A lot of niggas out there that are talented. More blind.
I absolutely love it. So with Zgela, because usually they hit that one because that's when it's usually drama for talented people. By and large, talented sitting outside of just the Bukayan. It's young. From 5 years later, and I will banaba kwala wana nunyana we won't cut tire.
Yeah, right there. Let's
So what happened?
Na big season nekele blind more corrections. Konne okastung khone.
No, but as for me,
because I'm trying to figure out how you ultimately then get into gaps. Because you did mention Ornela Kojani as well. So Lile Kojani is sitting like I always think like guys who grew up out of town are very brave. Because Ronamo Taro Vailora Dulemo Abrona Ilato Queen Kana Ilamo Ditan. You left Pique to go all the way to Joining. So I'm trying to figure out by the time you're 18. It be hearing course. Did you guys manage to get it?
Not that big season. Let's go from 5 to paces.
Yeah.
Now I was below average brag, and I make side attention.
Even
my teachers they know this guy.
Yeah.
He will rather sacrifice himself to make students laugh.
At that point though, how about to bag no? I'm trying to figure out because sometimes it's a dark time. So I'm trying to figure out
na big season kwa to wa ke next sale nkile be ke research loda. Where do you think I get the name ya Rayman was Neyman?
I love the honesty. No push us
like push us something. Something. So I was always hustling ka yona zole ko gone go mo go ileng ga ira gore ke le mo potential la me ya bo go dira madi o bana la ra go la I think we went back to school ka go rira gapo and then na tem twile ke sona na ke bona ke ile madi ya school fees ka zole be ke togela Zgela sel ke ba ka di hustle.
What did you do, Papa?
Nah.
Hirlela o bona di tsoge ha di pointse ha di kopanetse.
Nna so gore ha di tsoge. Wa bona I know how it feels like to get straight A's 100%. I get it ne ke
no di tla o di bone.
Ne ke di bone but ke na le record hela in the blind ya di academic sitsana. Ke tswa go lose touch hela I think go scenery. My form 5 I devoted most of my time go acting to a point telling gore even my art teacher na heletsa ankoba kwa level. Because I was ahead of syllabus again.
We know your work, nigga.
Yes. That's why the calling was true. Even up to now, 95% of my friends, they have degrees. So then I was amongst those. Sometimes when the calling is too loud, but the dark time you go through it, especially after senior school. ditsala tsa me tsotlhe they are going for tertiary ke sala mo phikwe ke le go pusha toro da go apala go no po frostanang gore ha ke re ke batla go dira ate ke raya ngwa bona.
How are you able to get material? That's also what I'm trying to figure out.
This guy doesn't need the material. Or tate mo le gore asena di pencil o toro mo. That's how much he loves his art.
Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. How do you push it and kana ga pa o tshusitswe ke gona re botshelo ba diragala batho ka re ba go togela behind, you know.
But go mo gongwe I have this calm spirit wa bona yona khanya di material na gore ke dumela gore you know passion, you know, if you have that passion you will always find a way wa bona.
You know, there's some people who are watching right now, but hey, man, like passion, you'll make it through. I think we're talking about it in hindsight because it's good. But for Mutuelo is going through it right now, what would you tell them? Or why? Okay, cool. I have this passion. I want to ultimately end up like Ron, at least pursuing passion. But it's dark right now. Or lady. Hi, melati rong o jampilong tlogela mo le bozing mole ke sa irese
tota hela you have to keep on keeping on and go mo gongwe mo ileng gore na gona ga Caesar because I was surrounded by a lot of people who didn't know gore a ke re ke batla go dira ate ya nyangwa ba na ka ipatela group ya batho ba me ba ileng gore ne re thaloganyana ba bo Prince Chomo. We started doing our first exhibition gone go phikwe kwa bana le go tlatleng hela most of the people especially my siblings because they knew gore ka khona go sgela they wanted me to study something else so that I can be in a better financial position but khanya ate hela yone ke ne ga tshwanelwa ke gore ke pushe tota ba bona and I get ke ne ke sa khona go a tertiary ne ke staretse ate hela wa bona mo gongwe mo le ne le mathatanyana wa bona but
I mean we can laugh about it now.
Wa tshwara wa bona until ela go simolla ka bonya you know really the artist here you know that we have a lot of work to do in terms of raising awareness and teaching people about series dira mosola sone ngwa bona so ke simolotsa hela gona ko tase ko until tsatsi lengwe la ka 2018 be ke tsa swetso ya gore ke laela le di ke mmalelo re ena ke a gap set ba so I gotta go now
so when apa cuz one of the stories like that completely different how we mela bo phiko ro a jwani no wa kuira
bra ne ke posiwa wa itse re ba ile ne ke posiwa so my brother was not well ko J-Town aba already antarno re
siblings kana rango ga siblings nano you have sisters and brother
re seven bana ba ka
he's a midwife again I remember you mentioning that
so na lwa la divere ke moche already abantano bra go ala lo batoro mo checkeda I took just my kotaranyane ne setsebe ke le ba J-Town so I get tsena go J-Town kanto late wa mposa street ga ba to rebe ke boela kwa ke strategy sa se dirisitseng and I get another go J-Town ke checka Brazil ke nna ke maapela ke sharp kantele ke ithuta malaiti ha le 1 2 3 yana le yana ba already abantar no re gore ke simolla go spa ra re vero re ka nzoda wa ba re tsana go shop and then ba simolla bitsa di manager ra mola ba bolela no motako ba ta spa ne da heavily unprotected le ngwana ba thoko ro bile ngwana ba tholo I'm patela Spanish street every time we
gotta meet him
ba mpira time engwe da ke pusha di trolley da ba I think go gona hanne ke simolla go tswa bosimanyana jole yana wa ba le nna ke simolla go na la account nyana o ke ba mogala 1.2 nyana gore ke sa dumela gore madi a le ke a street and then I just started living work and then from Savama Fresh go Pick and Pay. That's why I realized I'm a comedian. Even people that the ones who told me you are a comedian. Because bala blind that why it's
very social guy.
How you can't fail or moto kitchen
definitely.
So and then we started kono ke bereka ya la go J-Town for a year go Pick and Pay. I remember ke tsa transfer ke boela Phikwe nga shop ke hagana ke vaya da like they loved me so much le nna gore ke motho ke thaga mo tirong ya lo ba ke gona ke simoltseng go ke bolela batho re penene ke la itame ba nkganetse.
Kana, that's the crazy part. What I heard that story. Funny enough, I was watching that episode with Bojoni Pula, and you're talking about how no pusha the troll, you know, and rapo shaisas go bonyana. So yeah, no thing wa go peka the fresh milk or mengare o bereka mo shipping hasela ite collect and the troll ko ntera. You know what I mean? And I'm just, this shows like you come a long way. So that day it built your character. Okay, cool. At least I'm a sociable guy. Because with comedy, I mean, how lebele it's Ronnie or ene for our Ronnie bonin twaga. When no feel or twaga o king. No se to eat kana.
No, ne ke sa eat. Because when I like when I get ka repa.
No, we're gonna get to that as well. And then what happened there?
Gore this things ile ka go lema gore comedian, and then be ke leba ko morago ko ke tswang teng wa bana, and then be ke simola ke dipotsonyana tse di rateng dio tse ngwe tse di diragala ko morago gore ke bana ba di pure ba tswa go di pure classeng tsa bona ba ta ba attenda study ko go nna ne ke botsele rona ke ratwa ke bana ba classnyana tse di ko godimo le go di sa ba bong hela. They loved me so much.
Definitely.
Botsa one ba nthuta sekgwama later na le sekgwa se gore ka se itse he
Yeah, wa se
kwa sa teng ke tsara mo ke tsa mo matakeng ba le ba go phiko yana bona ba nna ba bua sekgwa tota.
Definitely.
Ya no tsa sentence nyana o betsa banna ba ba.
Man, like I want to get into your art, Pam. I think for people who never really understand how art works, what's the first thing you do when an idea hits you? Do you sketch? Do you photograph? Or what happens? What is the process? Because you have some of the most amazing art pieces that I've ever seen in this country, and it's not because Rabapile, but I just want to pick that up. Or how? What happens when?
I don't know. Because questions on what was the inspiration? What were you thinking when you were creating this artwork? They imply that thought is always involved in the process of creation, which is the exact opposite. Being creative is something else. Sometimes I just create without even thinking, because I've seen the artists it's a goody blind baba diwanke ke go touch mabaka
Meaning,
meaning not I'm inspired by the desire to create. Le nna ke wa tora ngwa ke hetsa PC be ke ha khamala gore ke nna ne ke dira se imane wa bona sorry, I always have something in mind every time I get bent that thought, and I think that's why bana work ethic ya mele nkare ko di munyana ha ke akanya thata.
Then this guy would really like would really painting yung ne do ba ne re maloba we rekisa hele ba bana o pentile ngwana o pentile just the kid wa ba, and then mosadi o mngwatsa na ko restaurant teng ko gone
go the yellow giraffe
aba itela le re o pentile ngwana go street
it came from here.
Na ibile like say ke now lady alone tare
What the hell?
ba itse atemela ngore le sukire la e hudile mo metsing wa
Because I'm trying to figure that out, because you use a lot of like texture, and the finished pieces are sometimes.
So this is the painting and the one hour there.
What's the idea? And attacking months. And maybe look at the little picture. And even the pigtails. The pigtail. It's that thing. So what's with the obsession with colors? Because I see a lot of niggas biting your style.
They're not bitey.
What is that style? Where you have like an animal and it's like all these colors that what is that style?
The color already thing the shop.
So everything is beef. It's like
for me le kanya di color go goleleng ko phikwele se fope ha re gola ne ke feel gore the world that I was growing up in at that time was dull. So the only time I ke khona bona di color di magazine ana ngwana ke a bo ke so re ka bala ke a bona re blue yo le bona orange yo le o thaga mo page ngwe yelo lo thagelela ka halo a bona so by the time I think nako ngwe ke bala standard 3 ke a teacher wa me mongwe ba ntshega mo classeng gore ke pentile kgomo e ne ntsa e blue ke a go bolele ke a go teketsegiwe yana mo class
But okay, when you're talented like you, what is your relationship with art teachers?
Art teachers.
Because I know human beings can be haters, man.
I think
so especially when someone is exceptional. So did you have good teachers?
I had good teachers. Ibile le di subject tse dingwe hela. So the Botswana English, social studies, the relationship was always good. But ha ke setse ke tsana go senioreng with my art teacher. Gona le nako ene re because he wanted me to paint.
Mr. Tikolo.
Now I wanted to draw. I don't care when I go to stories when I go to na towel. So he lie melelats and a most room and we get a lot of so Capello on a hale. Tota hela kere ke tsela gore potso ga go so sibua we thala le gore batho ba ileng gore they are talented ba go gela kwa wa we don't think outside the box, we think as if there is no box most of the time hapa we don't conform to societal expectations ke a tšho
o tshwama mo go masomas ke a utlwa gore o pa English go but I feel that I want to talk about your story as well, Pa, because I want to figure out when was Ntonka born?
Ntonka, I think that was lockdown. But I was even doing comedy even beforehand.
Because Ntonka became with the rainbow shoes. Yeah, that was a moment in that was a moment for me, dog. I was like, who is this nigga? He doesn't care. He's like, yo, do you know who I am, nigga? I just came from the States. So I want to talk about your comedy journey. Did it start in joining you're testing material? What type of comedian were you trying to be?
I love American comedy.
Yeah.
My black American, Martin Lawrence. I love stand-up. Did you have those
moments? So you didn't have friends who were like saying, "Well, I can't do Libyan dog."
Hey, bruh.
Because niggas can hate, dog.
No, I think he was bridging the gap between American comedy and
that was
that's why
most like dope about
it.
Definitely. Yeah. So, but when I am so how does it then become all right? Cool. I can actually do some. Were you trying to do stand up, or were you always going to do sketches?
Tota Penin is the one who told me already. So I didn't know anything about comedy.
This is by the time
so Penin, we were just at Rail Park. We know about Tobahi, we start making jokes where I comment about Toyana. Penin Quatorire committee. And then the following year, I win the presidential. And then Abahas na winner like, and then I began like you. To this level. And then I started a big similar like a comedy.
Because it was like what, 20 grand?
Because le Jack Botloko, le Jack Botloko through Penny, Jack Botloko is the one who told Bo Penny, like we were just like hanging out there. Jack Botloko out of nowhere, about who's this guy? About it's like comedy, but
who was already out at the time? Who was doing videos? Before you actually started.
I worked to get Pixel. I started with
Pixel.
The
actual acting, comedy.
Keep on one. Saik Josu kila shoota malaita bo saeba ko lapeng.
bo saeba,
Like
yeah.
that was the first video ke bona malaita le ba idirlela like gore malaita. Saik Josi like wa bana o tsere malaita la ba re tlatla ene ke bona ke le ko J-Town ba the time wa ba. Ke mata ka ba diriseo le ntwa ga o le diana ba ira ditinyana wa ba. I never thought go ka ya go godimo ka nne go ile go godimo wa ba.
Because you guys started a whole genre. Yeah. Because I think the Facebook star, the YouTube star, actually heard it on a show. Or they are replacing the TV star, the radio star.
Yeah.
But this was early days.
Yeah.
Did you guys know?
The first time I saw you, I never forgot you. Waban.
Oh.
It was on TV again.
Yes, sir.
Goro bula wena go le motho go apera makarakana ga what
bo tshwara pina ele ga wa
go tsara pina ele ga wa
No, go sena sepe. Kana nna, that's what I'm saying. You guys are coming up in a time where the competition is tight. You produce it by yourself. Everyone here thinks they can do it. Hana le phone. Without a video and then again. But you guys, the impact was loud.
It was very loud.
And then kaha lene minestrone soup lene kaha because it's minestrone, guys. It's not. It's another story. So when you guys are doing all of this stuff, what was then the motivation? Because
The
at first I know like kala marora gona zaga ke.
Check versus Spanzo. Check versus Spanzo like go pick when gona le ntwa makete le manyora. So when we did Check versus Spanzo, like it was influenced by na kanya go pick when manyora ba le makete. Ne role le keto bo tsara kana le bothata ba. Banana ba re ka machesa weekend le weekend.
Ilor ba gore ba wa rasa majita gore ilor tsa re mo state
Le woela mathaka ba
no
le.
bua ska ra go ra ngwa ta ipiela skhoa ba bona ba te wa tlema wa re
That's why le moganga betsa ya. Re ko naela bua ona re na ka pipina. Go ra gore na I protector. Bo tshekile ba sotse ba I protect. But kind of comedy is really hard. We saw a couple of people mo Botswana mo your Dick Nashes of this world didn't really keep pushing it that much. On I ran the business, other guys came through, you know what I mean? But Luna, what was motivating you? Na
braga kore o bana la re le ko phiko tota ko phiko go ba re tsenyeditse di camera nko be le jele di movie tse dintsi thata.
Because like it's been in the ke mone maloba go ne ko phiko ana le ene maestro ke ile gore ke utlile botlhoko blind because I haven't seen him in a while, but I was just happy to be around him. You know what I mean? So those are people by what I think right now should be chowing, you know.
Supukana is o tsameka bolo o win a itse bolo go dira go gaisa di comedy. Ona itse bolo that guy. And then kore supu nale magic ameli supu kana we don't even discuss anything, we just come up with the framework and then I don't know go rebere go dile rotho ko phiko ke gona mo go kopanya motaka swate because collaboration at the new sele le nna ke tekele be ke that day we complement each other.
Well, you guys are able to sell it though, like
I think
when it comes to monetizing what do you think they could have done differently then? Because Late Day and Soup, it was something else, man.
Wa bona tota hello bona one thing that I always told Ray ka khanya teng ya bona ke lebeletse on from the other side of the fence. They didn't know what they were doing. Wa bona o kila bona le keletsa sengwa hela kana ro a dira hela for the sake of go dira and then ebe go blowa wa bona and go blowa ga teng you don't know that it comes with a lot of things wa bona. That's why ha go bona le gampieno kana they are nowhere to be found gampieno ana because go ga teng go diragetse instantly. It's something saying gore they didn't build gradually wa bona. So that's why ile go thubega be go sala go thubegile le bone sometimes a ke ba bona bo penene bo supu le bone bo re ne ke fila gore bo celebrity jo ba ba imela wa bona because gongwe le gongwe hela ko ba yang teng wa tshwara ha ba.
And he's a really humble guy. The thing with Ray is that
bana ne ba moleletsa ka bo matiri
no ke ra
go
bona
ngwana ke o batla o bua le ntong kayo dira gore
how were you able to handle it
ngwana ba ka tiri
go tshentile ka bonako wa bona I am from
ka
being
bonako, big
a guy yo khona gore bui khoromeletsa ditroli o ipackagetsa ko jwaneng now everyone knows boska wa go bona mo le bone. Now I've always been a big fan. Why? And then I found out you had a brother. I didn't really attend you. It's a whole boy. No, but and then there's another time I find you were because you know better get kitchening as well. Like Dale is my guy. So when I fame I think it's in young and you know what are some of the craziest things in that once okay now I'm living a totally different life.
Bra like go re ke simolla like sa sokolo wa bona like gore be ke simolla go amogela sa ga go but I was always like that I'm ne ka amogela sa ga lwa no go godilo wa bona kana big caesar na ga ebe ra ke tsore go ale straight wa because even the way kana can meet someone aballa ka dikele gore no bra you made my day ka di lockdown it's actually
every time I was on your page my nigga
like people they can even give me money a lot no man like that you helped me ka lockdown ale no gontsana I was going through rough time ba go mpisa da comedian this guy wa like you bana ka batho ba nthatang ka hanne gore ka go tseneng ka teng ne le ke go bone mo go peneng the soup because I was always with them but no le bona ba ba kirang attention na me ke nna ke na le bona and then be go ta go diragala mo gonna and then ska like
because I want to talk about some really hard things also because totally on fame kind of comes with its own pressure so I want to cry ke a bona gore majitane ga nna le smoko nyana especially o ka si ile
go rona
you know ka go ne ke tshwantsitswe teng go na le smoshonyana se ne ke tshwantsitswe ka go sone ka wa bona ke rayang ka go vetkas gore be go simolela gore majitane start indulging I'm not going to say who but guys started indulging in substance abuse you know what I mean was this frustration ya gone gore ne le sa itse le kopanya yang ka ide ya teng
bra
because ke motho a strata dog so ke a itse gore majitana ba tsenela modula seng and e be ba tshentshela matshelo wa bona ke raya dog so what do you think that was it because pressure ya gore ha re itse gore re tshentshela di gore ne zaga yang
wait sorry I think like Ron was saying gore ne re sa ipankanyetsa stage se se we just did this then re sa itse gore gona le after party wa bana go na le go batla go blow go nna la
after party dog
wa bana o setse o bloilano o setse o le ka
ba go checka bone batho ba ntse go sa ba itse
bra they will give you everything you want bra you remember that time Ron I'm not going to mention the name I told that guy no if my twin brother is not going with me I'm not going to drink alcohol with you I'm going with my twin cuz kana kone ke simolla le nna ke bona gore go no poisona no kona re kgona go reng wa and then ka khanya substance abuse bro like that thing is there it's there majita ba ipitela ba le molaeneng nyeo wa bana ene gona le bana ba leng gore ba setse ba cruise ba ka ba thola ba bu
ba tsene ka mmele
ba tsene everything wa bana like
do you think it's because guys Gaborone became overwhelming for guys because like I'm saying you grow up in a small town you grow up with people you know now you are attracted batho ba sa ba itseng
I think ke khanya go batla go fita ine gape wa bona when you come from Pikwe o tsana ra gore ke nna le smamang what if we birds of the same feather they flock together
definitely
wa bona so go leka go fita in go bola majita ba le bana but stay real to who you are take a step back if these niggas are not showing you enough love because now I'm that guy who can just take a step back and get no fuck at least I can do 1 2 3 on my own
do you think it's because you have a twin because you are going to have to explain it to Ron what are we lying
you know
so Because I always look at it that way. When I get on like that, I got to
Le brother, like I was telling you, can't like my father.
Yeah, I feel that, man. Every time I look more, I mean, not too. Because you're holding each other down.
I think that's something that fished me out.
Yeah.
Because with this guy's love.
Yeah.
I managed to go to rehab.
Yeah.
Like le gompieno na ntse ntatetsela go
phakela nna seo monna Hampore ke tile kwano ke le wa
Ha o bona re ke go buditse go re itoka yo bornya o santsa le konte ka re
no, this guy got my back, bro.
No, I love that. So when about how bona your brother around these situations and stuff, because frustration ya artist tse dingwe ya be le gona ra ngwe letseno a letsene gore batho ba nthata ba re ke pale me quiz wa bona ke ra matšhitana ba se ba ibitsa a horse bona le bomrepa ba you gotta go catch a horse tanto ra quiz ta dog ka lo ntse go bona gore o blowe go sena zaga a gona sebe se se tena ya ka go blow sena zaga wa bona. So how were you able to help your bro deal with it, and how were you dealing with le tsone dio tsa gago le wena ka no vugisa le
wena ka le dio tsa be ka
tsa go di bile se phiri like that
but no but as spirit se kalo ka ba bona. Now one thing se leng gore I think modimo na nthusa ka sona ba ke go ikamogela wa tshwara go ikamogela ke itse ha ke le
nteng ba mogela ma 4000 tano ba ikam ba ikreitela ba sina ba
nyana dog
wa bona mela one thing ka re nkile ka mmalelela gore a na malaita ba ditsala tsa go ba ha ke ba nna le bone ba kore they know that I love them, I support their endeavors, the talent they know. Kona le nako ngwe kile ka ta bua le bona gore malaita ka na le tshwere time yana and lona le mo go bona. So I've always told Ray gore malaita na ta ke bone o ka go pele bona bona. So at least ha o sena ditsala dira ditsala tsa me ditsala tsa gago o bona ditsala tsa me le tsone di na le bopekwanyana ja tsone but you know they can take you somewhere and le go avoid gore o tsene mo dikganyeng tse leng gore a se tsona ba it was painful like itse re wa ga kologela gona le nako ngwe re le mo spinseng kile ka bua lo ena ke re ke tele monna o
just like that we had that conversation before
wa bona cause le nna go ga tene go ntimela wa bona cause ishne ke ipotsa la gore ano ha morwa re ya nkare wa riana and the good thing ke gore no khono re tsa ba ikgalemela mathata di setse di kopana gona ha go bontsha his true color.
I'm always trying to imagine honor.
That's a good joke.
Because la lekana, so I'm always trying to figure out what ha di palameletse yano mang kgalemelo mo ga lekile la title
le no khono kgalemela tsetsi lo ka
nna ke la thamba mela
o habitswa bola
because he's a cool calm man.
Like this guy disciplined me very much. He's straight.
Ora re gona go thunyela mpa maela.
Ba mpetse be ke ho dura ba go ntatela ba re.
But I love that, man. Like I love to see this.
Mare we laugh about this thing so we laugh about everything. Abana re bua le ka ga gore mono e tan shashare ke ya no gore nna sharp ska utisa botuko gore re be joke ka yo.
Laugh at my pain. But before I don't want to make it too you know emotional and about that, but I think because we recently lost Ati, you know, and the conversation has always been about Tone ndagami somo mo space in Sarona. I want to get what do you think leads artists into substance abuse?
Hey bra, o bana go sanna real gore like ra ke tsana bana re kopana le bomeno masweu bra re kopana le bomeno masweu a bola tshega wa bana I think go ga teng a o le a tiang le ka tshwara balance ya gago ka ha industry ka e committee a foi wa bana cause gompieno ane fake is real, real is fake. I think gongwe
go santse go na le confusion ya gone gore what is real and what is not, because these people come at you because of your popularity, because we've all gone through it. Like, I'm not perfect.
I was telling someone malo ba ke marake o bone ke bona o beile senepe sele that picture ke bone phakela da.
Which picture is this one?
It's ne ke look my African dream da ne ke ipentile
many years back.
I loved Timo Gomas ne ke ipenta da ya. I've met him in person. Magazine a go le mo kutanong ha ke ntsana ke bona mthako tsena mo adi energy tse dintsintsa ba bua thata gantsi abantar a umpane mo magazine. I'm like hello re I go check kitala lo re ke 80 straight are mona umpane mo magazine.
My gosh, man.
Can't that guy is that guy. So like I even made own and support like a brand jamaja real nigga.
RN my nigga. Where is the merchandise?
My bra olona le
kira real nigga guy.
Real nigga.
This game is sweater. Dite. Nka be real nigga gona ka bona ka copy real nigga.
Mpe boilera.
Pasa real nigga. When I write bill, I boil go wena.
Go on.
Yeah, that's the whole back.
What pays the bills? You know, is it commissioned work or is it gallery work?
Tota ngare commissioned work, and le di painting tse dingwe tse leng gore ka di pentela nna wa bona o bona go ka nna tota hela ska nka bo ke emisa go dira like commissioned work because we thala le gore e re tsenya mo mathati wa tshwara I agree, you have to satisfy the client, you have to honor kanya deadline wa bona ha go ngwana kana go yo manyolo I haisa re bole gore o ka penta wa tshwara.
Oh God. Inspiration.
Inspiration. Ever since I like ke commercial, you know, I've learned to force myself to work. Inspiration I lo gore ya go roga eta mpithela ntse skepe se meletse wa bona but hela commissioned work ya nthusa gore ke balance netto ya me sharp, but the paintings tse leng gore nkare no they do wonders ke tse leng gore I've painted them for myself. How di khona go tsa bo 5 years di sa rekiwe. There was a time ke na le collection engwe di painting client engwe hela ke le gore o ta di go gola hela tsothe ya wa tswara madi a tena le ka
Monno kono gana go ntoro aba ikotla Caesar aba ikotla aba itoro
And again, you know what I mean? So with Honali, an artist recently in the Global Expo, and Mposi Bean actually talked about an artist who had that work commissioned for like isn't commissioned, I guess bought for 8.6 million.
I think Meleko Mokhosi is based in USA. Yeah, I know.
What the hell did that nigga draw?
I don't know, but he's good, and le geographical, le geographical location. Yeah,
8.6 times 13. Gonna give times man.
Yeah. Reta fitla go.
That's 80. Around 86, total plus or minus 86 million pula.
No, I think
that is very expensive.
Have you seen the piece? What did he draw?
I think I've seen the paintings. He's good, and he's a conceptual artist.
What is the difference? Teach us, Gwen.
I get
okay, because I'm trying to figure out how do you sell a painting for 86 million?
How price agana? One thing is also price. How price like lo ena Alaska. Relevant profile ya gago. Go go rona skill, time investment. But I think the most important thing ke on a profile ya gago. For mang. But I think le gallery mo representa. Surrounding go to sabotoko because we don't have the gallery. Tse leng gore nkare no di representa bataki ka level hele leng gore go godimo thata ba bona most of the times we are on our own wa bona so
banna ba tsara kana
because I'm only imagining
what it's like Mr. Solomon gore khona re rona ta pentile go mongwana o wana gore monna o tsere nako a gago yote a ba supentse le di ngwa morarano ke 10,000 to le di la ba mmalelo re go mo ngwana ko ka go dira
nkile ka nna le kgang yone eo gape eo I think ke 2019 kom di ministry di ngwenyela one of the ministries gona mo round mo ga teng ke purchase order
purchase PO
PO
ga ba gona go etsa ke rena
ne ke lwela gore ba e nnelo a ba ke fila gore no a ke tsere ke tswetse di a o le di ela election ona ke gona no be ke simolla yana la nthane ke ikoba ke re wa bona ke re no a ko yo tsa ngwana go ata dira ya wa bona but hela na hela ate I've been doing this for 11 years full time.
Yeah.
Ha ke se ke spane go pa ke se ke reng wa bona so
I love your pieces man re ke la rena di partner tse dingwana re shoota go go bone da we used to have the partner tse dingwana but tsone ba re itse re no wa ene tota re nna re shoota teng kwana gape na le ditumela gore bona dinepe tsa gago gape ke ra di paint tsa gago
le ditseng
be re na le la kala di baga re ka ra itse gore ke tsa leitaro bona ba tsa gore re irela bone ga ba itse gore
la ba itse
gore fana rona bona
favoritism.
I love that.
What type of arrangement did you have with King SMCG wines?
O bona hela tota a gentleman's agreement mo round jeng itore bolanyana wa bona ne go se we actually sold one piece there but even up to now ke se ke duelo hela sharp ka go bolelela and no itala ke motho diplomatic wa bona ha ke rate mfeqane ha ke rate mara ga teng ke itsora go ka ga nkisa go penyana wa bona.
How much was the painting?
Ne se madi a sepela
madi ke madi dog clipper ke latela clipper
ka tswe ne le bo 7 point something
inga so ba rekisitse painting ya gago ga ba go nela za gago
e rekilwe client o e collectile but client gore le gore ga ka a banela madi so at a later stage I had to talk directly le client so gampieno ana re ira hela ke bua directly le client which is not fair because I get a regular through them wa bona but
bone le batho ba tshwereng painting ya gago mo building ya bone ba mo netse under what condition?
I get that's why nna ke feel gore most of us really the artists we need to go to school so that we can increase our intellectual circumference.
The comedian is here guys.
Tshwanetse wa bona ke tshwanetse e leng gore di dira gore re nne an easy prey to exploitation.
Definitely. But when you got into the arrangement, what was supposed to happen? When ba tshwanetse ba rekise di paintings tsa lona and then they get a commission.
Tota ne go ntse
kana ke mo emetse gore Ilur, why do you think kore client are aruza gile so building ke yone kana ngazaka
no ba gane ka zaka
hey aruto siwa gape but we got lawyers too
na mathata teng ela nna gona gore ha go nna smooth ya ka nne ke ya ka ntse wa bona.
What about an 8 design?
8 design kwanne gona le potential e ntsi blind but ne re sa rekisa ka re ne re tshwanetse go rekisa
o rekisa ka
thata ko maung le gona
malungu bonta ke bona ba ka lapisa
ene bile kwa e khona re hela madi a teng ha e rekiwa helana gampieno helana a ba tsena hela right now
ba mo shate bona ba palwa ke nyano
go apala and arrangement a rona le ko maung e nna gore I'm supposed to be paid at end of month but already a teng wa thaloganya blind ke le khoa
like but
we tsore mo go tusa motho go gape ke ha ke tsore was it ka 2021 gone ko 80 da ke sa duela rent wa bona painting e rekile so ke emetse gore ke duelo I think na re lo tantuela kana ba re in 3 weeks what ba dira eng dio tsonetse wa bona ke bolela time le gore kana ke a duela rent wa bona at least impe bokana ke khono thiba landlord da wa bona a timela pala ke le ngwana helo a Motswana ke lela ke itelela. I think gore ke dingwe tse leng gore di ka heletsa di rutwisitse bothoko gore be re heletsa re tsene ka
le ja di drugs
wa tshwara re ja wa tshwara re bontsha mara hela all in all nna ke motho e leng gore
mara ho se ke
energy ya me nna ya attracta batho ba e leng gore ba you know ke batho le nnete you know people of virtue and integrity.
I appreciate that, man. So, because I also want to know, okay, what is an ideal setup for I mean, Maung has you because a business. Yeah, move. Why do you think it's so hard? Appreciate. I mean, the shop at Saboni didn't get the paintings. You feel me? We get in those places and then, these are Botswana paintings. Botswana paintings. But then, I'm Baiwa. So does that mean you're not gonna move to other places? What are you trying to do to make sure? Because I'm sure I think I gotta draw every day time, man. So where are you gonna sell these things? Are we looking for a shop? What would be your ideal way of selling your work?
Not that I prefer rekisa di painting di rekiwa directly from me. You are trying to spread the word and strategically collaborating with other entities so that you can push them. We push ka go tusa botoko ka ra ngwa batho bona ba le ke bona ba ileng gore batho ba slower process but dio tse dingwe tsa common sense ka nna ke motho e leng gore
this guy's common sense. This guy's intelligence is my common sense.
Definitely, where balances are sync.
Le painting ke true pula boya go rekisa ka 10,000. No, na mpe true pula ba ma go ska ganna le friction helo a tshwara go motho go hela yalo but I think going forward re ta tshwana la ke gore re bereke ka dipampiri
nya ka re na lawyer re ngwane
blind
monna re ta go bolela in just a bit wena right a we misitse diskit
metai let's go nanga ka misana
dering ke manye ya goroga go ka
kona go service are misana
shout out to our sponsor shout out team agencies are drinking manya goroga no, shout out Beacons and shout out team agencies, man.
Yeah.
Are you done, Papa?
No, we're not.
Yeah, what's going on right now?
With comedy. Hey, Shivara, currently I decided to take a step back.
Yep.
I'm creating a money stream for myself, ne? To a real nigga. I'm comedy and then Bonor Malaitar Navamata Bakono push the company through that comedy.
Yeah.
So now
a company go
away. No, Nanka would drill a company.
No, Pamela. I'm secretary.
I'm 1.2. 600
like to get one point.
They register the yes guy real nigga.
I'm proud of you, my nigga. Come on, Papa. What?
Like real nigga is more than a clothing brand. It's a celebration of authenticity, individuality, and human connections. At its core, real nigga is about embracing the power of being unapologetically real. Stay true to who you are, your story, your strength.
Yeah, no doubt, Papa. No, this is a real story. What it do, what it does.
What it does. It's doing what you have to do, whether you like it or not. It's a responsibility.
No doubt, Papa. Okay, so
because Mr. Solomon, because a lot of people. Let me show you the mathematics.
Show me, Papa.
Tiger. You know how many followers I have? Why the customer dilate this is 300 a day if I sell 30, which I can do even right now without going.
No, I'm about to buy 2.
Wabon. We're about to buy 2.
Yeah.
And then 300 times 30 days, that's 9,000.
When it takes a lot, I know it's going to I don't want to rekisa. But you know one thing, we were talking to William a couple of days ago, KRM. He was able to choose sketches over stand-up. You know, oh, you wanna? Oh.
Wait, sorry.
Hey, so no, even how editors so Nathan, he was able to pick a good thing saying what N is good at. Line. Do you know where your line is, or do you still have ambitions of doing the 3 minutes, 35 minutes,
no, there is the other guy, a comedian, he's coming up, Roski. I was telling that guy yesterday, Roski. Hey, what up, I was telling him, like that. But there is something bigger than this one.
Yeah.
We can get actual writers, we are shooting here, Mola Parada, we are here, we don't do bubblegum comedy.
Yes, sir.
Because how can Rick said after 5 years?
This is not the time we talk no, I feel you.
A seed has to grow, regardless of the fact that it's planted on rocks. A seed has to grow. So
you are willing to do with scripting, proper? Do you want to get into proper arranged sets and stuff?
About 30 minutes. I want to go there.
Okay. So what is it now? Because people saw your popularity. I'm sure your page still has a lot of people. Why aren't the Matlas of this world, the Depays of this world, why aren't you guys collaborating? Also realizing niggas is good at what they do.
This is something new. These guys are stars. So I'm the celebrity. If you can charge the celebrity, delete nobody tenya morumu nyewana we dira gore nne go nne le hihi. Obo ba ra re tsama o siwa ponele. Ba go etabagela bot because ba bata spotlight.
Yeah.
Wa bona.
The man. I'm getting the logic.
Spotlight. Yeah.
Let them cook, nigga.
The one spot we are fighting for spotlight, which we shouldn't be. Do you know that? No, Mazanzi people, they got each other's back. Why so can I go Caesar Marontena? Hona Lego Caesar, I go Caesar, Dira Caesar.
Yeah.
Caramano.
Is that people smoke? I hear you.
I don't care what the devil smokes, he'll never be the most down.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I really need to understand what's going on in comedy. Wait. I think there's a lot of bad things.
They feed you to slaughter you.
Hey. You know what? I feel you.
Very. They feed you to slaughter you.
They feed you to slaughter you. They're fattening you up so that they can start taking pieces. So there's no unity in comedy.
There's no unity in comedy. Like there was a time we met productions. Everyone was there. But never saw le mo Jamaica le mo tsatsera but ne go tilwe ka khanyela ga pene ne natha setse rakgare. You remember that time ba dira ga tseba di comedy about support ba re they told us guys come kopanang belira something be letale re tse re rekisetse. We felt as comedians.
Why do you think it's so hard though?
ke kgang ya spotlight.
po ha di nke di nna pedi mo sa
But how is it in the art space? Because I mean, I remember you were at Loretta's thing. Is it because she's a girl? Would you hang out with Wilson and Ngoni?
now I think go
Mo
rona
no
guys
kila kana
Would
Wilson.
you hang out with Wilson?
Wilson ngunu kila ntela ticket gore ke tele monno abara ke qualify.
no I think kana how bua ka bo Wilson, you are talking about someone who paved the way
That's a
for
big
me.
giant that
Wa
one.
bona
Big up yourself,
bontsha.
big homie.
Eh.
No, and give me this as an example because that's where I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your level.
le
homie.
malobane re na le exhibition wa tshwara, and he's one of the people ba eleng gore when I first started I visited him ko Maung. I stayed with him
That's
for
the
a
time he
week.
left me
Okay.
behind.
Wa bona so when I introduce to a lot of things, you know, art economics.
Yeah.
There's nothing like art economics because gela kwa rutwa go tshwantsa hela.
Do you know his book?
98%
Which
there.
book are that doors to my eyes?
I haven't checked it out.
Oh, shit.
Hey,
No,
what's
I
and
think about
then,
the guitar.
hey, bo Loretta, I think I met her during memorial service with Java. We both did a tribute painting for Java.
Yeah.
And then from there, Loretta has always been, you know, a big sister.
Jaba-
One tell it's a
Jaba- Caesar, we
Politiki.
Jaba-
Politiki
Jaba-
yona ha
WSP.
ka ka tlhokahala. Wa bona?
Yeah.
Politiki ha ka tlhokahala, but
Is there unity? Go na le di
Unity
rate.
ga
Is
eyo.
there a standard rate? Because most sound ding gona anunyana. Gona
re
anunyana. Ke ntse ke
ratana
tswa-
re bonana.
Er.
Re ratana, I think nkare re ratana re bonana wa bona, because there is a lot that we should be doing in terms of go baakanya industry. Malobana ba dira ga tsena ba le ko mass media ha o lebella kemedi from visual arts, there was no one.
But you saw the pictures. Who are those people?
Ke bataki a ke re-
Yeah, no, I saw the pictures. I'm like,
Hey.
who are yo ne ya bokopa? And now it's not like I'm you know,
Hey,
because
hey,
we weren't
hey.
invited
No, I
or
understand,
whatever.
Robert.
But like I don't know some of these people. Wa bona ke ra gore gape ba kopanya. But bana le talent ya ka lona yana. Sometimes I wish I could see more faces of people who are actually doing the work. Ba le ko
Hey, who
ngise
are
batho ba ba leader mekgalo.
wa tshwara di
And bana ba ba
organization-
leader mekgata ke bana ba ba bola mekgata.
And ka gore gape usually they are not the ones out there doing the work. Wa bona.
Hey.
They are busy trying to figure out the policy, the structure. I mean, our industry right now, la batho ba bua ka bo Botswana National Arts Council, and you know, and this is not a dig at them. You know what I mean? Gore ke National Arts Council at the National Arts Festival ha ya direga. Because I think when they jumped into
A
it,
ke ba rata ke right right.
Ah,
No, ke tswa tsa
nna
number
ke
one.
bereka ko National
Ke tswa
Arts
tsa
Council.
number one ka di-comedy maloba. They not giving me money.
I can rate go eme gona anonyana.
Go eme, but
So-
ne ko eta go go botsa sengwe o ka wela.
Gore ne ke feel gona gore a lot of the time they don't really know what it takes to be an artist.
Yeah.
Or batho ba ene gore ba judge bone bao. Ga ba itse gore gore ntonga o kila heta ko shopong a ira to end up where he is. That is his high. Wa bona ke ra mbone, they're just ticking boxes because they're accountants and lawyers. They are not artists.
They've
tota
never seen those. Kore ga ba ise ba i-
Ga ba itse
kore
botshelo
ga ba
boo.
itse botshelo joo.
So I wish it was more people like who knew that life.
Life.
Instead of people buying
No, true.
you know, past examinations. It's accounts.
Wait till I tell the person tell a big sis. They have never is what make a charm.
No, but kana o itse go ntshang. Bo itse go
Go
ntshang
tsena
wa
le ko
itse re na
sekolong
ska-
Solomon.
to save.
ska
Go
wa
tsena
itse
le
re
ko
na-
sekolong
I
ke
don't
kwala
compete.
composition ya malatsi a boitapolo se be teacher a nthomolela o nthomolela no se. No ra lo ropiwa bogologolo.
Na o bona with kana how ka lebelela National Arts Council is supposed to take care of the welfare of artists. Wa
Yes, sir.
bona? Nna mo go nna ke bona e le a small baby wa bona.
Yeah.
So ra ba gola ba re even though gore bana ba tsena ka mmetela dio
Yeah.
tse dingwe tse nka ba iketile especially ngwa go no nka ba ntsela e be ba benchmark
Yeah.
from my sake wa bona. E
You
ba
think
sa
there's
rush-
potential when I'm how liberated
there
as
is
well.
potential
Yeah.
mme hela mathata a teng e be go nna le gore most of the guys gona kwa ha ba tlhaloganye di-artist kore artist ya ke re ba ba boloileng
Yeah.
hello aswara we have to consider ngwana e leng gore o tswa go mothabaneng a re ke comedian
Cause what's your only treat yang lona for your works?
tota taba ke ya ka ha ke itse because
Cause naka na is a
Banna ba
musician like
leka-
na rally so mo
eh,
razaning
tota-
and then wa hold wa bona so
Bona-
ke ipotsa gore for
for rona
lona le comedian and whatever like how
ba
do they
leka
help
go
you?
ta go rona especially the visual artists kana ha le gore painting ya me ka nne le beile kwa you are
Ko
supposed to
shopong
pay.
e ga no go zaka
Wa tshwara but rona I think we are not interested thata that's why ke re we need to learn
Yeah.
tota ka dilo tse thata wa bona so nna ne ke santse ke re ke go raya ke re ha ke compete
Yeah.
ha go ka nna le competition I don't compete I used to
Yeah.
wa bona go na le nako tse nne ke wina go na le nako tse nne ke lose wa bona
Yeah.
but ebe modimo a ntsho hatsa ka tsela e leng gore you know mo spacing sa me ke kgona go rekisa diatwa ke tse e leng gore they can sustain me
Yeah.
ha ngwe bo 3 months kgwedi wa tshwara even though ha ngwe go le seasonal
Yeah.
so I've decided gore ke pursue kana ke phunyeletse mo phatheng yone ke e boneng
Yeah.
wa bona
Yeah.
because the competition tsa bona gape they come once in a year ngwa go to win 10,000 so
bona
life ya
mama.
go artist it cannot revolve around competition wa tshwara
That's always been my argument all the time. Gona gore even during nako eno go tswalwa for bo bojalwa le dibara go te dibara di tswalwa well ba itiswa tswala ka 2 am dibara ne di tswala ka 12 wa itse re gona le ditlhakana tlhogo tse di fana gore ba raka go ebea go tswala ka half one wena o ile event wa re batho ba tlo go tsena ka 100 pula for 30 minutes
30
you feel
minutes,
me
yeah.
so and then bo gona le tsone that's why I've never because these festivals are just a replica of the President's Day competitions in the our former president Reski, which I felt was an insult to us as artists because, like you're saying, if I win 20,000 pula and I can't get gigs that whole year,
yeah
how am I going to live off 20 bones, dog? You know what I mean? So, anyway, good luck and we love you, National Arts Council of Botswana. We just want you to be
support
want you to be like. Now I always thought it was gonna be like Botswana National Sports Council.
kana itse re batswana ke rena re ka supportang government
But ke feel gore Botswana National Sports Council e na le stadium, e na le di-gym, majita ba tswa mo lehatshe mo ba apara dikiti.
Kana dilo tse di-
Why
di-
isn't it the
di-
same way for artists? Because it's Botswana National Arts Council. Kana ke gona re temana ga e.
no after time ana ke rana go tsena rona hospitality wa bona, tourism
Yes sir.
gona go gona le rona malebana ke ba ke le kwa restaurant makwala a tsena na wa bona mpotsa re ka ja monate ka
Yeah.
banna ba la ba ra re tau
Eh,
ba
la re-
ntse tau ba re
Nna ke rile ke
ba re
botsa
re
ska.
Simba you want to see Simba you want to see Mufasa
But maybe more hospitality because I've seen you do hospitality as well. How did you get into that space?
I got into hospitality go simolotsa kwa lapeng ke maitse wa kwa lapeng you cook
Yeah.
you cook you serve people o tapisa maloma go matsogo ha
Yeah.
maloma go to e tabe ke tangwa mo bankanyetsa o le duntsha di plate tse dingwe tse e leng gore le rona re
Ga
itse
re
gore
di itse, di itse.
go thank you Lord that's hospitality go
Yes, sir.
ne maitse wa teng wa bona it's a very simple
You're a
thing
completely different person when I see
Yeah.
you in those spaces.
they
You know
can
what I mean? O tla ba ntsha lerato la le 2 minutes, a ba a ntse a boela mo teng mo. So it's always good to see you balance
Yeah.
that as well and knowing what it is, you know. There's reality, there's life, there's passion, but there's also Kira Singane Yang. When are you niggas getting married?
not very
I'm
soon.
currently single and not searching.
You do know the camera is on, I get.
I know.
He's taken for granted.
It's your best work today.
It's all a show.
How's your doing?
That's a killer.
So you guys
Ba
have
bona re go
never.
tsamaya le nna no wa ithuta go le gontsi ipotsa re ngwaga go yana o to bona le di-punchline tse ka
So when
so ikolaganya le nna
you guys have never played that trick, not the D. No, hey, man, I cancel. Not that one. Maybe a kiss.
No.
And then she thought
No, it's not even
it was the
the
other. What? Ray, watch it.
Go na le bana.
Ma go
Break it
ngana
down.
ron na ba tea ke nna ka manifesto mo o bogale.
So it's gone down before.
Like ke nna ke mo a ke ra itse re kana nna ka nna ka kwa re phosha mangwana ga Setswana ma khantelo itela le tubile matharo telentse le bua o re temma khantela ngwanya no la ka go gana itse ra ka go gana ka gore ya at a rural area o rumile metsi ko pompong o tshwantse ra te ka ona hela re wa go gana o diga metsi a ba go itela re wa bana so it happened gore ke betsa manifesto mongwana rone o tilang introduce tsa motho ke leng gore ne ke beditsa manifesto
No, ka nna ne ke ha khamala.
She thought
Ke
wa
nna ne ke tsena.
re mo dimetsa
Ke itsetse mo ga bala o budu.
are
o tlo sa tsola metsi ko
wa itse ra re froi are ai o ra di tsala tsa go are
Ithetse type
mosimane
ntse
wa ba
marapa.
patsana tsa tsene ka
Tsenela ka
modimo.
go ja.
gape like chefwe na ba itse ba re ke na le dilwana tse dintsi a ke roka pala le rone kantele bo riala o riala
or like don't say so good too
like le that guy.
So how many times have you had to forgive each other? Is it hard to forgive each other?
Ha bile a re siri.
Ha le dulela mo go yona?
Because
you guys look
you know, Malaba
a
on
lot like
touch
each other, man.
Malaba
No,
on
we
touch
don't.
it, on touch it. I said, Ranan Tarar no re. Can I go over Kalorna really true without you?
It is what it is.
Inan Palala Ray no, whatever really true.
Oh God. Reba bedi.
But ne ke ka go botsa ska.
Yes sir.
Gore mo conversation ya ron. Tota potso ya me hala ke gore how do you think gore really the creative re ka balance yang wa bona because sometimes we tell ile gore point of attack ya me.
No, but go tsena mo nine.
Tsama.
No, ka tsama papa. Ka tsama later. E ka hana ke re.
Why?
Erra. With creatives.
The evolution. Ke the evolution. Gape di
The evolution erra.
ne ke re
Oh, erra.
ne ke re ka re we tell ile gore sometimes gift ya me ke go penta.
Yeah.
Wa tshwana.
Yes sir.
I can paint, I can do anything that has to do with pen.
Yes, sir.
In terms of PR, admin, I'm not good in that.
Yeah.
Marketing. So, package because from conversation, I feel like I expect that re ire sengwe le sengwe at once wa ba gongwe le gona gampieno and I'm not supposed to be here.
I know what you mean.
PA ya me nka bala mahoko mangwe ka thagiso mahoko mangwe ka khupis.
I don't think we can all do it ourselves. I think, dog, I'm 41 this year.
Yeah.
So I started rapping when I was, and having music out when I was 16.
Yeah.
At the time, there wasn't a lot of people, so I literally began to do it. So maybe I think that's the expectation. But as I've grown, I've realized kind of king, the destiny helper.
Yeah, very true.
Look at these niggas.
They're
really good at what they do.
Yeah.
I'm good at talking my ass off and stuff. Pause.
Yeah.
And then they do this. So you gotta find the right people. And also try and figure out what are they doing it for. Yeah. I think sometimes equity, people have to buy into the idea. That's why I feel like I gotta get the employees. But I feel like this is ours together.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't mean you should give everyone your business.
Yeah.
There's this young lady, Rata Daisy. She works with Viso and William Last. You know what I mean? And she's one of the few ones.
Yeah.
Because Mobotswana sometimes, you know, Renale, superhero king. The main person, manager, instead of talking about you and having your picture on the newspaper, newspaper how you home. So barata blow blind. So you need to have honest conversations. You need to ask the hard questions. Well, okay, cool. You know this is about me, right?
Yeah.
You are an employee in the business of Ron.
Yeah.
And they need to know that. Because you are working under ideas.
Hey,
because some people will take your idea and then they will run off with it and make it about them. And then can't tell you manaka one about to picture alona. Yeah, I'm talking shit. Sorry.
No.
Hey,
No, Scott, don't worry, man.
No,
Talk
I'm just,
shit.
but I'm gonna take some.
It's a TP.
I think we're recently retolet nagokakwa. Oh, kira some more. Okay, so I'm gonna do a twin battle. Who is more likely to win a public vote for the most likable between you two?
People who have never met Ray.
All right, okay. If you made a joint live show combining stand-up and live painting, what would it look like?
Inside my mother's womb.
Yes, sir.
That will be the topic.
God damn!
We started it there.
You see, that's what I love about this nigga. What are we doing?
So, I can like him idea. He was hey.
That would be a
one
sick
thing
one.
that I'm big on. O level the title, let's say the exhibition. It's
Yeah.
But the prodigal son, you have seen here.
I need to see more.
Why
dog.
you talking I did the prodigal son?
Yeah.
The day you start paying rent, you'll know why the prodigal son has to go back home.
Hey, Ren. Shout out DJ Bani.
So totally like my advice, like my rates can like a stand-up comedy, even if it's one-man show. Kana okay beats about Trixie Bojoni Pule. Waban, like like beats are inside my mother's womb. Because the stories are was a comedy every time I've seen him.
And drop the mic.
Hey, and drop the mic. Yes, back up. Okay.
And drop the mic.
I like this. I like this title though.
You like that?
Yeah,
Which one?
There's
Yeah,
my mom's
let
womb
that-
because it's a lot there. There could be a lot going on there. You know what I mean?
Abroad.
Sheesh. Okay.
No, you're controversial.
Did your parents or your mom always support what you guys were doing?
Yes.
That's our superstar.
Yeah. How does she feel right now?
One at a time.
Now it's
Malaba already have pama dia van tarkes ka bola la ro. Bana ron pile 20 pula ka to ile ron 50
Le
pula.
nna nthetsa re ke se ka bolela re.
So she understands. Like what tlhaloganya
she
gore
knows. Malobane ke le ko gae da.
Teletsa ba mpotsa ro a re imane ka ntu irile batho.
yeah.
A re irile batho ga ke tsena mo shopong ga tema ga ntong ka batho ba itsa dina. Hey, a re ke irile batho ka telela ke se go ga kwa tema la itela ba heta kwa la ba.
Oh,
Like, you know,
what did you do?
I think we made our mother proud.
Yeah.
Le ba bangwe le ba ile gore ne ba sa solohela sepe.
Yeah.
Mara maloba go tulo le dia bolela tsala go ne ke ile ga I think bo 3 weeks back wa bana so ke iketile hela gona le mongwe mara ngwana ke ba di twins ba teng le mongwe o teng ha o itsore ano wa ba botsa ba batho o le dia ba mmolelela gore o itsore keng ha ke a re ga gola ona tholantsa ba ta go tswa mo TV ka ko radio yana rona we are all over nna ka nna ke a khona o khanda di TV le di radio.
When you don't do a lot of appearances.
I don't do that.
Which is why it's always it's a pleasure already little as well because like I don't see you in a lot of it. You know what I mean? Tea or coffee?
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Just check. Yeah, no. This is for
No,
you, Pikwe.
tea or coffee? The early bird can keep the worm. I'll take the coffee.
Tea or coffee, Papa?
Tea. Nah, I'll go over tea.
Tea. All right.
Who the second cook?
Oh, yeah. See.
Like after my
Mo soswareng.
after my wait sorry sasara ke yona e dirileng store. The idea is store ne tsa mo sasare.
Well, keep it moving, nigga. Which one do you think was scarier, your first gig or your first exhibition?
I think
Which one do you think was more nerve-wracking? Was it his first gig or your first exhibition? Which one do you think was more, the stakes are high?
Pakalane baby.
Hey, Tota.
Ariko, how was your first gig?
My first gig ne ke hile chance ke Bambino abana. Ka ke ntse ke nna
Kata
ko
Bambino
White
we agent.
Bambino.
Bambino got a secret agent.
Bambino kana ke banna ba lore ba Bambino like le Bambino le
No, no,
Boldway
ntshe-
no ba ke
le
crew ya
Boldway.
malaita mango ba comedy o bana that crew bra like Strixie
Hey, la, ska we ke do tseo. Ha o itse re Bambino na lo office.
Hey, la. What
ke mana mana ba go BTC ya ke tsana go BTC ke tela
Hey,
tsa
he's in
me
the office of the president.
Hey.
Bambino is not for kids. Like, he's that nigga.
ke drug dealer.
Me abanna matata mo, but anyhow, yeah, break it down, Papa. But that's a team that I would like
Ah,
you
no,
cross.
ska
Hey,
ibua. Like,
no,
no, the first
like-
time I
like-
saw him, I did a stand-up comedy go gone go Phakalane kwa. O kile a bona o tsamaya le motho
That was not the
Flora.
first time.
Ke like
The first
that.
time
No,
I did
not like
stand-up
the
and
first
I did-
time ke mmona because ha ngwane ke heta ke jautanyana wa tshwa. But ha ke tsena kwa be ke feela gore go re nna go le go
Yeah,
sha
one
mo
of
go
the guys
nna
ba
nna
bantse ba re
nkare
ke re stand up.
ke ra la ito ke a mo itse re tswang pen road wa tswara so ne go le best na kwate he was good go tswang go no gore le gore be go simolo gana sekepe se nwela.
Yeah, it was the company.
Ke pa se ne
A se nwe le ruri tota
dijo
mme.
tse dingwe di tsaya kota sa o di
Like that.
get some
How was your first exhibition? No, you like
Go Pikwe, The Life of an Artist. I
Yes, sir.
was with Prince Chomo le Charlotte George. So The Life of an Artist it was all that we were asking for.
Yeah.
And then the second one, which was curated by my mentor, Mother K. Masire. She's a mental
Oh,
health.
I know Mother K.
Yo,
Yeah.
Maybe it was the genesis, like
Yeah.
the
Mother, at the
beginning of
time,
my
I'm
artistic
back
career.
Yeah,
Mother
shout out
K.
Mother, man.
Shout
Yeah.
out. E ntse
Mother
a
K.
nteletsa, ke missitse call ya gago gona.
Nah, she's good people. Ke sentse re kete go-
Eh.
on tata
Ke a zwaga. She's good
yeah.
people. One thing you can't live without. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up. There's a guy in Mulepolo Tangar. I give it to 2 hours.
Hey.
Hell, I want 2 hours. I have 4
Hey,
seconds.
what's like, hey,
So we're gonna get there one
one
thing.
thing that we
I can't live without
Remove
oxygen.
131. So these are our last questions, guys.
Hey.
Like tela Mulepolo la ta
re na
lebele.
le present hale ya.
Oh,
Yeah, well, one thing that I can live without. Now for me, I think it's prayer.
okay.
Yeah.
What time does about?
go rapelela gore ta
Really,
podcast
yeah, no,
ta.
not really. What is one thing you can't live without, Papa?
Oxygen.
Come on, you gotta give me something, Papa.
Monna ke ntse ke gana tsana le present ke mara ke re le gale
Mai ke terresh wa bota.
ke baleletse rore gore ska o tsetse ke AI ya rap ana go tse ka go mo go tsena di pen
Oh, nigga, I still write with
la
pens.
tsukut
Yo.
Ne go dirwa ke ngwana lo amoga. Hey, la gona le di book makara but ke tsa a ke rena ha ke tshepe go bala
cream of
Bible
the
la.
crop
Tsakwano re.
Thank you, Papa.
Tsakwa. This one.
Hona le pen e tswa muntu.
And then this one ke di book makara. Ke di at
And you guys have no idea how much I do need these.
amme. Let's say I say
bala. Re ntse re le ka go bala.
ka go bala
one for you. Yeah. I get quite no balanta.
Yeah.
Bible and
O bala laws of power. Ke itse re le ka go ira. Re le ka go ira mokwena. So you do
Bricks.
bookmarkers as well, Papa?
tota re
Beke
le ka
ka
go
gago.
tsenya ate mo batho.
beke ka ga go
Thank you so much. I was begging us.
no
Ye o to
Yes,
etsa after go the cut. To ba re.
Hona le hand sanitizer ra. Okay. Ke yone. Ke a tse lona. Oh. Microphone. Well,
ke nela my sister beke
eh.
not you Wena re ta
Eh,
kopana go
ta
di-
bona gore o tla e ntsha mo go nna. Guys, I gotta wrap it up. Is the food already?
a di reka tsa nota ba re ikurufeletse mo go ska
Bandage mo go nna,
a ke re
dog.
te reka o kilagana ke opela pile kwa re chantsha di-lyrics mona ba ta ke dirisa bo motsu
But guys, I think you need to get Soup back into
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah, we
Eish,
need
but
to.
I think
These guys, they should normalize going for therapy.
we should get Soup back, man.
So the things happen to
Mare,
the guy in the therapy, yeah?
oh, you can also help with that.
No, I saw him. I told him how much I love him.
Hey.
What?
Also talk to Jack Botlokora.
And Jack. Na Jack o gana go shoot. No, no se go gana. I think o tsare ke na le sengane. Ba ke re ke na le malaiti ya gape. Go ra go fila re camera di bye. Wa bona ke ra. But I would really like to see a combination gape ya minestrone soup and the real nigga. Wa bona. Those are some of our proudest moments. And look, whoever is in the new government who's running Bonobo TV, yeah, and I think we need to start commissioning more work from Malay Daro Namo. Le Bonobo Mata, Le Bone, Bo Pixel. I think I'm going to close it down with this question. A collaborator you'd love to work with, dead or alive?
That one I even posted it on Facebook, ne? I believe if I can make a video with Mojamaica.
He's
Hey,
here.
Mojamaica, okay.
If I can make a video with
Mojamaica.
Skyway, Caesar way. I'm a pay. I've posted that in 2 times, ne? Khogateng ha se nna ke le nyoloshi. Hona le script sa me sa Mojamaica ke na gana ke nna ke mo rapella malatsi go ra dumela.
Ah, what's happening, Gali?
O mmotse le mana ba
o
ke
etse sekolo sekweng
I like to
Mona
work
tshwere
with
pampitshana nyana
Mojamaica. You
teng.
know, Obana Motsetse rapper, my G.
Yeah.
That guy is a very,
That is
very.
also another
You know,
one.
the time I worked with Motsetse rapper, video le ne re kopana ba re tarisia rra. You remember that video? You know what he
Tabang.
said to me?
Hey, Tabang, o mo
Yo-
classing.
You are live on the PODICAST, do man.
How's it, bro?
Sharp. Okay, na le Ronnie Lire, aka Ntonka.
Yeah.
Ah, tla ke o tlile ka sengwe le sengwe, o tlile le sbega na, o tlile le
Molalla ka dikopi.
le dikopi. Re tshwere sengwe le sengwe. Aro gana go ira video le ene, go ira lang le itaka ya.
No, go ke mmoleletse gore ke santse ke batla go move pele. Kana gore na re ke nne ke kopana le ene la re ta bogile.
Ah, huta. Buel mo Mike, gato no wile go sega netlane ka rata.
No ilera Isaac. MJ.
I thought you were talking about the second time we met.
I get the second time ke go tlokong ha area la ria.
Hey, la mara ore nna la ntlha nna kopane le nna ba
Oh.
ba ka thi.
Ko royal maloba ale ke malatsinyana a mabedi.
ebe ke gore ke re ke kgonne go move mfanaka o
Eh.
tshware re tle re bone o rira yang
Nna ke na le big Caesar ke.
diela ke na le mathata
Ra re dira video eo
Ke na
papa.
le script. Di script di teng.
Motso rena ba re ba nthabelang ka thi.
Latine a mare no ro a mo betsa o itse gore ke nna.
Yeah.
Borra go sia ga me.
go sharp.
Ya reng education o kgonne go register.
Ka go senyala
Eh.
na ke bona ra ke tla kgona go tsena
Hey, go ma se sekwele mo.
Go shapo mona bye.
ke ka kgona go tsena sekolo mo laitaka
I really love to work with this guy.
so papi
All right, my nigga.
I would love to work with Mojamaica.
No, that would be dope. Who would you like to work with? I think that's our last question.
Ah, ke itse tota bana.
I don't judge thing lo ena kana le daga. Eh motha go kgwa mollo yo.
No, tota I ke itse because I think I've worked with everyone that I have to work with. Wa bona
Who's your favorite artist from Botswana?
from Botswana.
It's yourself.
No.
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Ke rata bo Prince Chomo, Boemo Lunga, bo
Niggas you grew up with.
No, bo Isaac Chibua, bo Muluki Matlale,
Okay.
bo Totam Motoloki.
Thank you for those names. I think sometimes I read say,
What's
Ba-
because
ba- check.
gape ke yone kgang e ke tholang ke re, if people don't know you, how do you expect them to support you?
Yeah.
But some of the names that I have mentioned, ke batho ba e leng gore ba re bontshitse gore you can make it le kwa ntle ga social media. That's still bo ditshupo mogapi ba commissioniwa hela
Yeah.
ke di embassy wa tshwara. So yeah, but champion, I think I want to monetize the collaboration tsa me, because I think ke setse ke buildile image le brand nyana mo e leng gore it can also benefit the brand tse dingwe. So let's see how best we can strategically collaborate and take it
Before
there.
we let it what do you think about I think there's this guy Gate Otswanko Lesotho who draws a lot of athletes. Yeah, I think Gate Bobo or someone. You guys tell us the picture is in the blind, especially when
One
athletes win.
restaurant by Ilang. Let
Let me just find it for you. This is our last question for sure.
Wa Rasta.
No, art by.
Rasta ke tsala
Let me find you the guy. No, Martin Safako.
Martin
Borona
Sefako.
ba
Wa re ke
tshwantsha-
motho a Lesotho.
Ke motho a Lesotho?
Tengela mo tlokweng ha. Ke motho a Morocco.
I thought he was from SA.
But you know, there's re ka nna re lebella dio tse ka khatua bona. Ha gongwe go dira art cheapy, but ha gongwe go a itsholetsa wa bona. So ene are korene ke mo ratela gore consistently o ga kolla batho gore
Yo bua rubbish ke mo husband.
So what do you think
I
about that
got the
style? Ya gore aba dira online and whatever. Do you think that's where art is headed, where it needs to be quick?
we need to, that's why ne ke bua gore the reason why ke mo rata ke gore consistently o ga kolla batho gore art e teng, and this is what art can do. Wa tshwara re go ntsa me hela ha gongwe ga re nne careful le ka kganya teng, because I've seen the artists di le dorwa mahala, like prominent influential people that are getting paintings and drawings for free.
No, this nigga, there's a kid who brought me a picture of me. But make it go car washing and tell like a picture right there. God demand mad.
Amme.
And then I nearly told him to leave with it. What?
I said it's a kuvuki mo.
No, what I can because Nikamaraga we on I can't go by idea like that. I'm not holding that type of money. I mean, a car was taking a court. How am I going to bring out like 2,000 people right now?
Na gona le mongwe a nka ka mmua ka leina, but ke comedian o kila nthare mo non dorale nna mo non pentale ka ke mara ke no ke na le number a go ke ta go shapa ka ye ka quote wa bona ha ke mo sendela da ke ha fila la go rata wa isare batho bathola ba re dorwa mahala mo wa tshwara go ntsa.
So what would you say to those kids who do that though? Gore ba le se
No, I think ke kanya go palamela ska. Wa bana like nako tse dingwe like king you can achieve what you want to achieve by helping another person. Wa bana ke kanya go palamela gompienana like even Ron. I remember my parliament about that Pico, you will draw them, go and give them that picture. Because ona ikagalali. How is so no to rely mutakol.
The only gore go wa tshwara gore ga ro tlhaloganye level o le mo go na gampieno a nang ka bona ke setse morago who's it I actually shared a memory ya ke doroile 8 years I think it was 12 years back. Memory ya tehela la ka tsena o ta ithela ya no ba. And I've been commissioned by one of ATI's biggest fan to paint him. And Namogon it was something selling, it was not foreign. Kore sekele ka ngo siwa ska ke gore ate ga e cheap ebile ga go motho wa bona
Yeah.
so we shouldn't give it away freely
Yeah.
wa bona gore a makena le mfetane le chengeta mbolokile motsoro mboloketse
The great place.
the great wall everything wa bona di artifact
Oh shit.
he got them for free.
That was you.
No, it was not me. It
was
can
another
never be
homie.
me. Ke ba bangwe ba ileng gore ke leka and the very same artist ba ba nang ba taba kopa dipente ko gona gore malaita ka bogolo ke engwe sa under charge kana o sa under code
Ba di latlhetsela ko go ene ba
go
sa.
latlhetswe exposure wa tshwara but kanya teng e debatable but
Yeah, or
nahela-
exposure. Hey.
bona ke na le
Marara.
exhibition o to perform mahala daska
Nah. At this age, mangwele a tshwantse gore a ba ntshiwa a replicatiwa ka madi. Yeah,
No,
but
this
I
is
appreciate
iconic,
that shit though, my
iconic.
niggas.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys being out here. I think we have had a lot of fun together.
Eish.
It's nice to have actually like learned a whole lot. Thank you for also the names, some of these other artists because like I didn't know them, and also to see you, Papa, in your good space because I think a lot of the time.
porone ko game
I defended some money, but
I like vegetarian.
when people don't see you
Yeah.
out there, sometimes they worry, and some are probably celebrating because maybe no blocker say gore ba se letsa gore nka be le sa bone or whatever. But so I'm happy you're in a good space. You're with your brother. Family is everything, guys. You know what I mean? So I love that shit. Yeah, no, you'll be bringing back that heat.
I didn't even take a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Thank you so much, Ron.
Ka ke betsa jo ke ngwa ke re ke ntse ba se ke re mataka ba ka se ke ba tshege ba go to no na say this stand up.
And happy also, big up to your mom because I realize
My mom is a
what
superstar.
you guys, the way you dress up, also when you're coming out to things, you know what I mean? I even saw you on also Goma
but
like
we are just being basic we can go
No,
out.
you can tell how a nigga was raised by the way they dress up for things, you know. None of you shoot ya ka setsena. When I nna ke apere shoot ya. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Ron, MAP. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. Okay. There's food over there. Come through. La Parada has a
Kidijo.
Ka go rap. Niggas are ministroni ke na rap again.
No, that video element.
Cut.
Tupac is my nigga.
Eh, Tupac is but nigga.
Kana that song was influenced by the video I get.
So Tito kana le no tswa.
Tido le no tsa snanta.
Ga bo bata
Joke.
dipuo
Okay,
ka-
that's another story. Yo to ga re gola ga yo. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. We'll check you guys out next week at 3
Shout out to
p.m. right
Tito,
here in La
man.
Parada. Shout out all of everyone out here in Molapo Crossing, guys. We absolutely love it. Shout out Local Corner. Like, subscribe. Remember, Corner Vlogs is also on there
I
as
love
well.
you guys.
We love you guys. Peace.
La parada rara.
People of different identities.